Breaking on 4 News now at 6, the Meade School District fires its head football coach for inaction, dishonesty, and hazing. What factors led the district to finally decide to let him go?
Another gray and chilly day on the way, but I'm tracking some changes by the weekend that could include freezing rain. I'll explain in your First Alert forecast.
Plus, a family who lost everything in the Gray Fire is preparing to celebrate their first Christmas in their new home. How their neighbors came together to help them revive their decades-old holiday tradition. You're watching 4 News Now at 6. Some breaking new details on an apartment fire in downtown Spokane. Here's a live look at an apartment complex on Spokane Falls Boulevard, right across the street from Riverfront Park, from our Skycam, where dozens can't return home right now because of a fire. Thanks so much for joining us tonight. I'm Derek Dice. Kirsten O'Connor has the rest of the week off. Jordan Smith joins us live at the scene. And Jordan, the fire is out, but that isn't the only problem crews are dealing with tonight.
Right, and as you mentioned, 62 to 64 people displaced from these apartments here behind me. The other problem they're dealing with, it wasn't that fire, it was the water damage from a burst pipe in the building and then followed by the water that was applied by the Spokane Fire Department when they arrived here. And we'll cut to some videos. You can see the scene from earlier today. A massive response from fire engines, at least a dozen or more fire engines on the scene here as the residents of this building were evacuated, waiting in the cold, waiting for answers as Spokane Fire tried to mitigate the damage and kind of assess where that fire was. And we did learn that it was a kitchen fire on the 6th floor, and then it was controlled by a sprinkler system. But when that valve burst on the 7th floor, that was kind of where things went from bad to worse. The entire building was showered with water. There was water damage on every single floor, including Boo Radley's and O'Doherty's beneath these apartments. Now, there was no injuries. That's the really good news here tonight. Scraps is still working to connect people with their pets that were inside the building. And we did meet with the Red Cross earlier today, who tells us that in these moments right here, this is where they work to try to find people housing for the night in the next couple of days, work to get them connected with pets, medications, whatever they might need in the next couple of days.
You know, that's their worst day. And if I could be there for them in their worst day to help bring them some sort of hope and know that they're not going to be alone on this journey going forward, because we have it with recovery. Recovery stands there beside them and helping them navigate how do we step forward.
Now, we did talk with one resident. They said Spokane Fire tells them they should be able to return tomorrow, but they are not 100% on that. There's still a little bit of, I guess, optimism that that can be the case. But we'll be on the scene here. They're still getting their information taken down and working on a place to find these 60 to 64 residents a place to stay tonight. Reporting live in downtown, Jordan Smith, 4 News Now. Derek, I'll send it back to you.
All right. Jordan, thank you so much. In other breaking news tonight, the Meade School District has terminated the contract for Meade High School football coach Keith Stamps as more allegations and a new lawsuit allege inappropriate activities. Marissa Rio joins us in studio with details of a story we've been following for months now.
Keith Stamps was issued a termination letter by the district today, which cites a new lawsuit filed last month. The lawsuit follows one that was filed earlier this year, alleging football players hazed and bullied teammates at a team camp in 2023, and that the coach failed to report it. In the letter sent to Stamps, the district accused Stamps of being, quote, neither honest nor forthcoming about his knowledge of the reports. The district's findings accuse Stamps of failing to respond to allegations of student misconduct, beginning with the football camp incident in June 2023. It says Stamps was aware of the allegations in July of that year, including a video that purported to show players assaulting a teammate with a massage gun. The district also says Stamps deleted and failed to tell administrators about an email he received in August, which included, quote, allegations of students using a massage gun on another student's private area, reportedly as payback for all the times this student had touched the privates of other students. Stamps also teaches health and fitness at Meade High School. He has been on leave from teaching since November 21st when the newest allegations came to light. By this time, the football season was already over. In studio, Marissa Rio, 4 News Now.
And you can find the full letter of termination that details the accusations against Stamps on our website, KXLY.com. Well, nobody likes abandoned cars like these sitting outside their house. And in Spokane, more and more people are becoming frustrated with how long it takes for the city to take them away. Madeline Mullins has more on why the process to remove cars is a long one and what some say you can do to speed it along.
Cars like this seem to be popping up all over Spokane.
At least 5 to 10 a day. Some days are up, I would say almost even half would be about abandoned vehicles. It's quite a lot.
And some people's first response is to call a tow truck.
There's not much we can tell them to do.
But the process to get a car removed is more complicated than that. After a car is reported, code enforcement has to investigate it, determining if it's stolen, if someone is living in it, and ultimately have the time and resources to tow the car.
It was just those 2 officers that we've hired to do the towing and whatnot. It is slow and there's a backlog.
And it's not just abandoned cars. One man in the Logan neighborhood tells me that abandoned RVs are becoming more common. The city says RVs sometimes are even harder to move because most of the time someone is living in them.
They'll have people kind of living in the vehicles, coming in and out of the vehicles all hours of the night and leaving things, debris and things that aren't necessarily safe for their children to find on the street.
So what can you do? The first step is to report the vehicle to the city's 311 number. And if that doesn't work,
I often encourage folks to actually reach out to their council members just to help make sure that the complaints are getting to the right place. It tends to be a bit more effective that way.
Spokane City Council member Michael Cathcart says that taking care of these cars is a priority for him during the upcoming budget discussion. In Spokane, I'm Madeline Mullins, 4 News Now.
All right, let's send it over to Chief Meteorologist Chris Crocker now, who's tracking more freezing fog in the First Alert Weather Center.
Yes, this is day 3 now of no sign of sunshine here in downtown Spokane. This is the view over the Spokane Veterans Memorial Arena today, but if I could have rerun Mondays or Tuesdays time lapse, and it would look similar. And Thursdays will look similar, as will Fridays. But then we have some changes coming by the weekend. But in the short term, we are socked in with that low overcast. Areas of freezing drizzle or freezing fog have been making roads, sidewalks, and parking lots slippery. So drive carefully, but also walk carefully. I've heard more stories about people slipping than I have about problems on the roads. Sunset tonight was at 3:59. It gets 1 minute earlier, 3:58. That's the earliest sunset in Spokane. And then we'll start seeing that sunset get a little bit later. If that cheers you up. I know some people, this kind of weather takes a toll. 30 right now in Spokane, 30 degrees in Coeur d'Alene, 20s in many locations, but we won't drop much from our current reading. 20s to start the day. Tomorrow we're going to hit a high of 33 with that overcast condition throughout the day. I'll be back to tell you about the changes in the 7-day forecast and the possibility of some snow. That's coming up in just a few minutes, Derek.
All right, Chris, thanks so much. Well, a new movie starring Jude Law hits theaters Friday, and it centers around the story of an FBI agent tracking down a racist domestic terrorist group. It certainly sounds like a movie script, but it's based on the true story that played out in the Spokane Coeur d'Alene area 40 years ago. Our Marissa Rios sat down with the real FBI agent who pieced together the crimes of The Order, a shadowy group of white supremacists bent on overthrowing the government. In 1984, Wayne Maness tracked the crimes of the Order from Spokane to California to Portland. The trail led to a safe house on Whidbey Island. And with Robert Matthews, the leader of the Order, refusing to surrender, gunfire erupted.
And then all of a sudden, in my face, machine gun fire. And the bullets are hitting the trees right near me. And I'm thinking, he must have night vision.
The real street agent, Wayne Maness, takes us to the past and reveals the clues he uncovered to take the Order down and his warning for today's society. That's tomorrow night on 4 News Now at 6 o'clock. All right, still ahead with the holiday season in full swing, many parents may be considering getting their kids their first cell phone. Why experts say there is no magical age to determine if they're ready to have a connected device. And the dream of owning a home is out of reach for many in Kootenai County. See how prices have skyrocketed over the last few years and what organization is doing to help families buy a place in their hometown.
Connect with 4 News Now on KXLY Plus.
Save your green! It's that time of year again. The lights at Cowley Park are going to be lit up this holiday season, and we've got a lot of new stuff coming in. It's going to be a wonderful ground display. 4 News Now, the Extreme Team, Making Spirits Bright. Brought to you by Horizon Credit Union.
I think it's important for us as tribal people to educate and inform others as to who we are and what we're about. We have a beautiful culture that we respect our lands, we respect our waters.
Our medical center serves Indian and non-Indian. We were the first one in the nation to do that.
We built a $25 million core center for the children.
We also house the Boys and Girls Club out of there.
Our employees here are friendly. It gives you that welcome home feeling.
Respect, protect, pay essential grocery store workers.
We all recognize today's workplace safety challenges.
My union negotiated strong safety language, addressing the important issues we face in our stores.
UFCW 3000 fights to make sure that essential workers get better wages, respect on the job, and a safe workplace.
That's the peace of mind my family and I need. If you'd like a strong union in your workplace, contact us here.
With prices of natural gas and propane skyrocketing, your heating bill is getting out of control. But before you turn down the heat, give the experts at Bill's Heating and Air a call. They have the latest in dual fuel technology to keep your family comfortable and the utility bills low. There has never been a better time to upgrade, because now every furnace purchase comes with a free heat pump. So call Bill's Heating today to get your free heat pump while supplies last.
Hey, Andy here with Brothers Flooring Design, and if you've been looking to remodel your kitchen or bathroom and are looking for a company who can pick out what you need, design it, and install it, at Brothers Flooring we can do it all. I guarantee it.
The Christmas season has arrived at Cal with big winter savings on all trucks and SUVs, as well as a 2-year maintenance program. Plus, you can delay all payments until March.
It's the season of giving at Cal.
Happy holidays from Cal.
Looks like this will be your last year with season tickets, huh? Let's iron out this big mess. Yeah.
I'm calling the swap team.
At Craig Swap & Associates, we want to make sure that you're really winning.
One call, that's all. 509-999-9999.
Well, crews are putting the finishing touches on an affordable housing development in Coeur d'Alene. This is one of the few of its kind in the area. Our Alexandra Cohen-Yarts gives us a look at the new homes and why the organization behind them says this kind of project is necessary to deal with the area's ongoing housing crisis.
Maybe 6 years ago we could have bought a house in the area, but right now it's like everything feels like it's double what it was.
Mark Tetzloff's family of 6 currently live in a 2-bedroom apartment. Thanks to Habitat for Humanity's homeownership program, that could soon change.
So here we can actually get something that would be bigger and it would actually cost us less per month. So.
Owning a home in Kootenai County has unfortunately become a treasure for the few. Habitat for Humanity says only 20% of people in the area can afford to own a home. That number was 80% in 2016.
That equation is completely flopped. And so most people cannot afford to buy a home here anymore, and so the demand and the need is greater than it's ever been.
A new affordable housing development in Coeur d'Alene, of which the first 2 units are close to being complete, hopes to address this housing crisis.
Almost all of our clients, people have lived here for a long time and just didn't get lucky enough to buy a house when it was less expensive.
There will be an open house on December 9th where families can see the new development. Mortgages for homes range from $900 to $2,090 a month.
When we get families ready to move in, it's really a bright spot.
While these 5 units are close to completion, another 16 are being built on this side, and as you can see, a group of high school students is working on some of those homes right now. Community groups like this and organizations helping out is one of the big ways that Habitat for Humanity is able to do this work.
The biggest reason why we can make something affordable is the contributions from the community, and their volunteer labor is one of the biggest contributions they can make.
For families like the Tetzloffs, initiatives like this can be life-changing. The part Mark is most looking forward to?
Less stress. It's like, you know what you're paying each month, you know it's not going to go up.
You can find more information on if you qualify for one of these homes or how to volunteer to help build one on our website at KXLY.com. Reporting from Coeur d'Alene, Alexandra Cohen-Yarts, 4 News Now.
Thank you, Alexandra. Here are 4 things to know about your weather. patchy freezing fog, some freezing drizzle possible too with the low clouds. Watch for slick spots on the roads, sidewalks, and parking lots. We have some changes on the way by the weekend, but that could include a wintry mix on Saturday. I'll tell you all about that after the break.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Aligned Family Chiropractic.
Sometimes the small gifts in a small box make the biggest impact, like stackables. This Christmas, let a stackable from Tracy Jewelers remind her of how much she's loved. Small ring, big thank you. Stackables, mark your moment. Tracy Jewelers.
Cheney, Medical Lake, and the whole Airway Heights area have become a special place in our story. First, it was the place where my dad started Holiday Heating and Cooling. He walked the streets, going door to door, seeing if anyone needed help with their heating and air conditioning. And then there's my story. Cheney is where I grew up, went to school, and finished my degree in mechanical engineering. That helped give me the foundation for what I do today. Now, taking Holiday Heating, Cooling, and Electric to the next generation. It's a special place in my heart, and Holiday is proud to be part of this community.
A performance that truly matters. This is what you've been waiting for. Shen Yun. Coming to Spokane, First Interstate Center for the Arts. Shenyun.com.
Swing into Fred's Appliance today for our Black Friday Super Sale and discover unbeatable deals on the largest selection of in-stock, get-it-today inventory in our region.
Looking for a range that fits your kitchen and your budget? With everyday low prices on ranges starting at just $5.99, you can cook in style without breaking the bank. Plus, with our massive in-stock inventory, you can take yours home today. No waiting, just cooking. Don't miss Fred's Appliance this Black Friday, where you'll find everyday low prices and unbeatable deals on ranges.
Hadestown, returning to Spokane December 21st and 22nd. Tickets at BroadwaySpokane.com.
Emma? My name's Emma, too. Are you?
Yeah, you. In a few years.
How?
You went back to school.
Finished your degree.
Face your future with Whitworth University.
Sometimes the small gifts in a small box make the biggest impact, like stackables. This Christmas, let a stackable from Tracy Jewelers remind her of how much she's loved. Small ring, big thank you. Stackables, mark your moment. Tracy Jewelers.
Welcome back. Take a look at this video of what one astronaut has dubbed cosmic fireflies. But there's more than meets the eye in this eye-popping celestial sight. The video was taken from the International Space Station. The astronaut says those lights are scores of Starlink satellites glinting and gleaming in the sun as they hover above the Earth.
For some reason, I'm more freaked out that those are Starlink satellites than if they were bugs.
Actual space fireflies. But I've seen them before, like in the sky in the summertime, and it looks like an alien invasion, right? Because they're like all in a line. It's just very bizarre.
Yes, it does. When they launched them, and it was, oh yeah, it is. Well, yeah, there's a lot going on up there, but you can't see anything beyond the first 100 feet
because of all that fog.
All the fog and low clouds. Here's a look at our live conditions. It is gray, overcast conditions in both Spokane and Coeur d'Alene. It's 30 degrees. There are changes coming, but it looks like it's going to be a full work week of this low stratus hanging over our heads. This is our forecast fog program, and it will continue to increase that fog through the overnight. Here's 8 o'clock tomorrow morning with the most dense fog from Spokane down through the Washington Palouse and out into the Columbia Basin. Patchy fog over North Idaho and in some of the northern valleys, but the entire region is shrouded with that low stratus deck that is really hard to break. You have to go up about 4,000 feet. That's where that reaches, and then above there it is blue skies and sunshine. For now, we're going to bring in some high and mid-level clouds as we get closer to the weekend. Our chance of precipitation 0 Thursday, 0 Friday, although that does not include any light freezing drizzle or flurries condensing out of the fog. Measurable precipitation shoots up to 80% on Saturday, then back down to 20% on Sunday. And it could fall in a variety of forms, especially depending on where you are. Tracking our weather patterns, starting off at the current time, we have high pressure still in control, like a lid on a pot, keeping that stratus in place. Systems will continue to try to break down the ridge with very little luck. Here's 7 o'clock Friday, still dry across the inland northwest. Finally, a system comes in on Saturday. This timing brings the wet weather into Spokane and Coeur d'Alene around noon, and by that time, we will likely have scoured out a lot of the sub-freezing air. So the odds of that freezing rain are fairly low, but the further that you get to the Cascades, the better chance you have to run into some freezing rain. Meanwhile, cooler air by Sunday with some scattered snow showers mainly over the mountains. Here's our odds of freezing rain Friday night into Saturday. 40 to 60% over the Okanagan Highlands and the valleys of the Cascades. Then it goes 10 to 30 for the areas shaded in yellow, which does include Spokane, Moses Lake, as well as Bonners Ferry and Sandpoint. Less than 10% further to the south and east. But regardless of what percentage you find yourself in, any freezing rain that we do receive will be extremely light. But it can impact travel, particularly on I-90, heading out on Highway 2. You may run into some problems early Saturday. Tomorrow's morning lows will be down in the 20s to right around 30 degrees in most locations, mid-30s tomorrow. Lewiston, the exception, close to 40, will be close to 40 on Saturday, with any wintry precipitation that we might see in the morning turning all to rain by the time we warm up to a high of 40 degrees. Might have some snow early in the day on Sunday. I will be back in the next half hour. It is Wildlife Wednesday, Derek.
All right, looking forward to that. Well, if you are looking for some holiday fun this weekend, we've got you covered on Friday. Kick off the holiday season in Cheney at the Holiday Hoopla. The second annual party starts with a tree lighting ceremony at 5:30 at the Cheney Library. Then stick around for live music, shopping, and Santa's workshop. Also this Friday, it's the first DJ night on the ice this season at the Numerica Skate Ribbon. Get your skate on with fun music and contests for the family in Riverfront Park. It's happening from 6 until 9. And if you and your family are thinking about hitting the mountain, Kids Ski Free Week kicks off at Schweitzer on Saturday. For more on how to grab a free lift ticket, you can head to our website, KXLY.com. Well, many kids have smartphones, watches, and other connected devices on their holiday wish lists. It leaves many parents wondering if their child is even old enough to have a cell phone. CNN's Karen Caifa explains why experts say there's no magic age for a device.
If all kids and teens want for the holidays is a smartphone, smartwatch, or other online device, experts say give with intention and guardrails.
Any technology device that you give a kid or gift a kid should have a specific purpose in mind, especially in the earliest stages.
Pediatrician Dr. Natasha Burgert says young children who get too much screen time too soon may not have time to develop crucial social and motor skills.
If they are spending hours a day just with a piece of glass that they are swiping, they are not able to develop those skills.
Burgert says she's also noticed some adolescents with unchecked screen time struggle with mental health. That's one reason Mitch Prinstein, Chief Science Officer for the American Psychological Association, says parents should set guardrails, especially around a child's first device.
Slowly give them access to different features, functions, maybe turn on and off parental controls, and talk with them as they're getting used to the device.
Since most parents didn't grow up with the same extent of the current technology, Prinstein says they can actually learn from open conversations with their kids.
What we probably need to do is, rather than turn away from it, is to ask our kids to bring us in and say, show me what you're doing. What are you watching? Tell me about this platform and this app. Help me make sense of what you're seeing and why it's so appealing.
And well-meaning aunts, uncles, and more who want to fulfill a child or teen's tech wish list should check with parents before giving that gift. In Washington, I'm Karen Caifa.
Well, Family Medical Lake will have another holiday season without their traditional decorations because the Gray Fire took almost everything last summer. But an unexpected gesture from a neighbor has made all the difference. That story coming up in just a few minutes.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
So what do you think about these? We like this.
Yeah, we love that.
When it's time for an update or complete remodel, Rebath is with you every step of the way.
We're going to take everything down to the
From design and products to removal and installation, we handle the entire process to create a beautiful and functional bathroom for whatever your life needs.
Honey, you were right. Turned out.
Rebath, with you every step of the way. Call us or visit rebath.com and save $750 off your tub or shower remodel.
It's here once again. An adventure in Coeur d'Alene with family and friends. Trees will light up, snow will fall, while you're dining, shopping, and having a ball. Santa and STCU hit elves in secret spots, so keep an eye out and you could win lots. If you find our elf on a shelf while in downtown Coeur d'Alene, a Fig Pickles shopping spree, Gonzaga tickets, or gift cards you could gain. Don't miss a chance to get a photo with Santa. Explore cdadowntown.com if you want to learn more.
There is a place where magic seems to hide around every corner, where cherished memories are born in twinkling snowflakes, where enchanting adventures await all who explore. Where is this real-life winter wonderland? Nestled by the lake is Coeur d'Alene's Holiday Light Show. Be the first to see our all-new grand floating Christmas tree, with holiday getaways starting at only $246.
Trapped with the in-laws this holiday season?
Did you hear the owl?
Escape to any of our 2,600 locations with the Planet Fitness Black Card. Also bring a friend for free and get access to the Black Card Spa. Just $1 down, $24.99 a month. Deal ends Friday, December 6th.
Hey, Andy here with Brothers Flooring Design, and if you've been looking to remodel your kitchen or bathroom and are looking for a company who can pick out what you need, design it, and install it, at Brothers Flooring we can do it all. I guarantee it.
Four News Now is brought to you by Northwest Winterfest.
Well, around the nation tonight, the Supreme Court heard arguments on a case that could affect families with transgender children across the country. The case revolves around Tennessee's ban on doctors providing gender-affirming care to minors. That includes things like puberty blockers and hormone treatment. Now, all the states on your screen here, highlighted in orange, including Idaho, have passed similar legislation within the last year. CNN's Julia Benbrook breaks down the arguments made by both sides.
Last year, Tennessee Republicans voted to make it illegal for transgender youth to be prescribed certain medications or treatments for gender dysphoria, including puberty blockers and hormone therapies.
It was just purely political. It was, let's use these poor kids and these families as a pawn. And like, we just want to be able to take her to the doctor.
In a challenge to the Tennessee ban, attorneys for the Biden administration and 3 transgender youth and their families are arguing for the justices to declare the state's law an unconstitutional form of sex discrimination.
This is a law that bans medical treatment only when it is prescribed inconsistent with an individual's sex. Our argument is that that treats people differently because of their sex, and therefore the court has to treat it like all other forms of sex discrimination.
The state's lawyers argue that lawmakers were justified in restricting this type of medical care for people under the age of 18.
The law imposes an across-the-board rule that allows the use of drugs and surgeries for some medical purposes, but not for others. Its application turns entirely on medical purpose, not a patient's sex. That is not sex discrimination.
A growing number of state laws targeting transgender care have been enacted in recent years, with a particular focus on minors. Though the community makes up a small fraction of the American public, it was featured prominently during the 2024 election.
Kamala's for they, them. President Trump is for you.
Reporting in Washington, I'm Julia Benbrook.
Well, the court's conservative majority appears ready to endorse the Tennessee law banning gender-affirming care for minors, with several key justices repeatedly questioning whether the issues should be left to elected lawmakers to decide. The court's decision is expected by July. Well, right now in New York City, the search is on for this person who walked up behind the CEO of United Healthcare, Brian Thompson, and shot him multiple times. Witnesses say he saw the shooter pacing outside the hotel where Thompson was attending an investors conference.
I want to be clear. At this time, every indication is that this was a premeditated, pre-planned, targeted attack.
There's still no word on a motive. Thompson's wife tells ABC News her husband was a loving father to 2 sons, and their family is shattered. Well, the Kroc Center in Coeur d'Alene says not enough people are donating to their Red Kettle campaign. What programs could be in danger if the organization does not reach its goal?
Coming up on 4 News Now, there's a community in Medical Lake built off of this snow family. However, during the Great Fire, it was destroyed, but the act of one kind neighbor has brought it back to life. I'll explain more coming up.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
It's the Cyber Monday sale at Consign Furniture and Jewelry. Experience 25% off already everyday great prices online. For all online sales, use promo code CM24SALE. Visit ConsignFurnitureStore.com for details.
Consign Furniture. Easy way to sell, smart way to buy.
It's the best time to save on 4-wheel drive trucks and all-wheel drive SUVs during the Black Friday sales event all month long at Findlay, downtown Toyota.
Get Black Friday savings on all closeout 2024 models. Plus, take advantage of extra money for your trade-ins and delay all payments until next year.
There's never been a better time to save on your favorite Toyotas. And you can also check out the new 2025s rolling in this week at Findlay.
So you want somewhere to play? We got you. A nice relaxing stay? We got you. Wanna be entertained? We got you. Wanna play golf all day? We got you. Coeur d'Alene Casino. Winning is just the beginning. So you're looking for something to do? We got you. Want some tasty food? We got you. Heard you wanna do some shopping? We got you. The live music is always popping at the Coeur d'Alene Casino. At the Coeur d'Alene Casino. Coeur d'Alene Casino. Winning is just the beginning.
Why do people come to the University of Washington? They come here to find people who will inspire them, move them, change them. They come to solve big problems and prepare for careers where they can make a difference. They come to cheer on their Huskies in the greatest setting in college football. If you want to change the world, this is where you start. For passion, for possibility, be boundless.
It's the Cyber Monday sale at Consign Furniture and Jewelry. Experience 25% off already everyday great prices online. For all online sales, use promo code CM24SALE. Visit ConsignFurnitureStore.com for details.
Consign Furniture. Easy way to sell, smart way to buy.
It's that time of year again, Spokane. The 4 News Now Extreme team is back at it, making spirits bright at Sacred Heart Children's Hospital.
We're working hard installing thousands of lights, making this a gorgeous winter wonderland. It's our way of bringing a little holiday magic to the kids and the entire community.
Don't miss the big moment when we flip the switch. Making spirits bright. Watch the big reveal live Thursday at 6 on 4 News Now.
Live from downtown Spokane, this is 4 News Now at 6:30.
Well, we're continuing to follow that breaking news out of downtown Spokane. Here's another live look at an apartment building right across the street from Riverfront Park. We're talking about Spokane Falls Boulevard in Howard, where more than 60 people can't return home because of a fire. While the fire was contained to one apartment on the 6th floor, crews are trying to clean up water damage caused by a burst pipe on the 7th floor. That damage extending all the way down to the main level. Within the last half hour, our crews have spoken to some of the residents of that building who are now worried they'll need to find a new place to live. Jordan Smith joins us live once again. And Jordan, why will that be no easy task?
Yeah, Derek, it's because a lot of these residents who live in these apartment buildings are on low-income housing. They're on Section 8 housing, and there's not a lot of those housing options here in Spokane, and there's a big wait list for the ones that are. And so one of the residents I spoke with talked about the concern she had that, there's optimism she could return home tomorrow, but she's not really holding her breath.
if we end up having to go somewhere else, I hope that people will help us find another place to live, because I can't afford to live anywhere else except Section 8. And there isn't that many of us, any more places to go to.
And the other part of this new developments that we just learned here in the last 15 minutes, O'Doherty's here. As you mentioned, Derek, an inch of standing water on the floors as water is still pouring down from the ceiling. Those famous ceilings coated with those dollar bills, water seeping through there onto the floor. They say an inch of standing water. They're going to be closed tomorrow, trying to clean that up and figure out the game plan of how they're going to get this mess sorted. We'll be on the ground here, try to get a little bit more information. For now, reporting live in Spokane tonight, Jordan Smith, 4 News Now. Derek, I'll send it back to you.
All right, Jordan, thanks so much. Now, this is a developing story, and we will update you as soon as we learn more.
It just touched me so much that people I don't know care so much about this.
A family who lost everything in the Gray Fire is saying thank you to a kind neighbor who did something unexpected for them. Every Christmas, Kathy Buglaski, the woman you just heard from, is known for her snow family display, but it was lost in the Gray Fire, and Kathy thought she'd never be able to create it again until now. Our Hunter Bertram shows us the heartwarming gift this family received.
When driving through this neighborhood during the holidays, there's always been a house you have to stop by and check out. The Buglaskis, decorated with these friendly faces that Miss Buglaski has been collecting for decades.
I had a snow family that I started probably about 35 years ago, and they were in the shed that burnt down during the Gray Fire.
In August of 2023, Kathy and Mike Buglaski's lives were turned upside down when the destructive Gray Fire swept through Medical Lake, leaving nothing but ashes where their home once stood.
We lost everything. All we had was the clothes we had on our back, our cat, and our medicines. That was it.
So, I mean, really, in your mindset, probably you haven't even necessarily thought of this snow family.
No, the snow family was not in my mind.
Which was true, until Kathy tells me her neighbor came over while she was picking up what was left and said
that she was going to miss my snow family. And
Kathy thought that was the end of her snow family, until in August, a year after her snow family turned to rubble, a neighbor left a surprise box and this note on Kathy's door. Welcome back home. Looking forward to seeing snowmen on your porch.
Boxes of some snow collectibles and a note. And I just started crying. It was like
a new snow family from a neighbor she barely knows that took the time to gather these from the neighborhood for her display.
My original snow family will always be very special to me. It was started by my son many years ago. When I look at this, my heart is touched. My heart is just...
Just a wonderful, wonderful gesture from that neighbor. Hunter Bertram joins us now in studio. Hunter, has she been able to talk to the neighbor who did this for her?
Well, not yet. She just found out recently who did it by asking around on Facebook, funny enough. And she said that she went over to that neighbor's house, brought some flowers, and just, a note for that neighbor, but they weren't home. So instead, she made a big old poster in her front yard that says thank you in big letters, and essentially she told me that she's going to be leaving it out every single holiday season when she puts this set up. So I mean, it's just a wonderful story. It
really is. Thank you so much for sharing it. Well, in your first alert forecast now, there's some fog and freezing drizzle in the mix, so you'll want to be careful on the road. Chief Meteorologist Chris Crocker is tracking some of those changes.
Yes, we have some changes coming in the forecast in the short term, the next couple of days. It is a bit of a broken record. Low clouds, fog, but areas of freezing fog and freezing drizzle. So watch for slick spots on the roadways. Some changes by the weekend. A system coming through on Saturday that could bring a mix of freezing rain, and snow to the mountains. I'll talk more about that later in the broadcast. But for the next couple of days, it's going to be more like this. This is our time lapse today, looking over the Spokane Veterans Memorial Arena, the Spokane County Courthouse. The fog has been thicker. There have been times where you can't even see those buildings across the fog, but the low overcast continues up to around 4,000 feet, and then it is bright blue skies. But we are not going to break out of the fog tomorrow. Freezing fog a big concern in the morning. Temperatures in the 20s. We're heading up to a high of 33. 36 is our average high now. I'll be back to tell you about those changes in the forecast, plus have some Wildlife Wednesday photos in just a few minutes. Derek.
All right, Chris, thanks. The Kroc Center in Coeur d'Alene says donations for its Red Kettle campaign are down significantly compared to last year. Those donations fund a number of programs that provide vital resources to the North Idaho community. Derek Strom spoke with the center's executive director about why these donations mean so much.
Here at the Kroc Center in Coeur d'Alene, its executive director says Red Kettle donations are down about 50% so far this holiday season. Many of the programs that it wants to raise money for rely exclusively on donations in order to operate. The Kroc Center has been running programs to provide mental health resources and food and clothing, among others, to people in North Idaho for the past 15 years. But those programs only get funding from Red Kettle donations each holiday season. So far this year, the Kroc Center is concerned that it won't reach its $220,000 goal.
The main difference isn't the dollars going into the kettles, it's the checks. We usually receive a lot of large checks at the beginning of the kettle season, and they haven't come in yet.
Executive Director Major Don Gilger says they received around $25,000 in donations so far, but they were at $50,000 this time last year. That money will go towards funding a number of different programs, including its third grade swim, which teaches third graders in Kootenai County how to swim.
We've already seen the impact of third grade swim on children. When they go out in boats, when they go to the lake, they're putting their life vests on. We know if they fall off a boat, they fall off the dock, they'll have life-saving skills.
The Red Kettle campaign also funds the center's Families Feeding Families program, which donates thousands of pounds of food to local food banks across North Idaho. It also funds Clothe a Child, which gives kids clothes and sports equipment they need over the holidays.
One of the main emphasis this year is mental health services. So we offer free and low-cost mental health services to people in need.
You can donate to these programs in person using the Red Kettle at the Kroc Center and other local stores. You can also donate online using the link on our website. In Coeur d'Alene, Derek Strom, 4 News Now.
All right, Gonzaga and Kentucky have a massive game for both programs this Saturday in Seattle.
That's right. It's this year's battle in Seattle between two giant basketball schools, both well inside the top 10. After the break, we'll show you what the team had to say ahead of this weekend and what they see out of this season's Wildcat team.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by the Sweet Palace and Sapphire Jewelry in Phillipsburg, Montana.
Satay Bistro, Coeur d'Alene's culinary extravaganza of American fusion dining. From our extensive wine cellar to our unforgettably decadent menu, we'll move your experience beyond ordinary to the extraordinary. Satay Bistro, just off the 4th Street exit in Coeur d'Alene.
The Murphy bed is a truly instant guest bed. You can convert it from a handsome cabinet to a comfy queen bed in less than a minute. When it's all closed, it takes up less than 10 square feet of floor space with a gel memory foam mattress. Perfect for a loft area, bonus room, or rental property. Offered in several styles and finishes, it's easy to use, easy to love. Visit our 30,000 square feet of home furnishings and flooring. Sandpoint Furniture Carpet One. We're unique, we're different, and we're worth the drive.
It's that time of year again, Spokane. The 4 News Now Extreme team is back at it, making spirits bright at Sacred Heart Children's Hospital.
Thousands of lights making this a gorgeous winter wonderland. Making spirits bright Thursday at 6 on 4 News Now.
Bathfitter does showers? That's right. We offer a wide selection of beautiful and functional showers in all shapes and sizes. We can even convert your bath into a shower. How about that? With our seamless one-piece walls and hundreds of design options, you'll get a beautiful new shower to fit your needs, guaranteed for life. Bathfitter's been around for 40 years, and we've been experts at showers for just as long. Get yours today. Bathfitter, it just fits. Go to bathfitter.com to book your free consultation.
There is a place where magic seems to hide around every corner, where cherished memories are born in twinkling snowflakes, where enchanting adventures await all who explore. Where is this real-life winter wonderland? Nestled by the lake is Coeur d'Alene's Holiday Light Show. Be the first to see our all-new grand floating Christmas tree, with holiday getaways starting at only $246.
Are you ready for this? Ready
fences? Will you push and break your limits? Are you ready to be a legend? Are you ready to fight, to be fearless? Are you made for greatness? This is your moment. Are you ready for this?
Satay Bistro, Coeur d'Alene's culinary extravaganza of American fusion dining. From our extensive wine cellar to our unforgettably decadent menu, we'll move your experience beyond ordinary to the extraordinary. Satay Bistro, just off the 4th Street exit in Coeur d'Alene.
Gonzaga and Kentucky are just 3 days away from their battle in Seattle, and this game presents the biggest challenge of the season yet for the Zags, even with Kentucky ending their unbeaten run last night. Wildcats fell flat at the Clemson Tigers last evening, the only SEC loss to an ACC school in this conference's midseason challenge. That's a 9-1 start for the SEC. Gonzaga, on the other hand, though, rebounded well from a shocking upset loss to West Virginia last week, back-to-back wins over Indiana and Davidson to match Kentucky's 7-1 record. We spoke with the team today to hear more about what they saw out of Kentucky's last game.
They got a lot of numbers, you know. They go as deep as we do, you know, when it comes to, you know, going into their bench, you know. So, you know, they're real talented. But I think, you know, if we play the right way, our Zag way, I think we should do just fine.
Kentucky boasts the #2 scoring offense compared to the Zags' #6. Both teams exactly tied in assists per game at 8th in the country. Cats are an excellent shot blocking team as well, but the Dogs hold the rebound advantage. We'll have plenty more coverage coming up this weekend in Seattle with our sports reporter, Sydney Berger. Current rankings have Gonzaga 3 spots below Kentucky. Of course, this does not include this last loss to Clemson. Gonzaga is the second highest ranked one-loss team right now, at least before when the rankings came out, right below Iowa State. And tip-off for the big game out west is this Saturday at 7 p.m. Eastern Washington men's basketball starts the second edition of the Big Sky Summit League Challenge tonight with a date against Trace and Eaglestaff and the North Dakota Fighting Hawks. EWU beat South Dakota and North Dakota State to help the conference last season, but the Summit League would win the challenge after a tiebreaker. The Eags now play an old Big Sky team in UND. The team Eastern has had 4 straight wins over. We spoke with head coach Dan Monson today on what this challenge means to him in his first season competing in it.
And it kind of bands everybody together a little bit, but more than anything, it gives you a really kind of another a league game in the preseason. You know, you have one at home, one at the road, like you would at home or during the league, where a lot of times in the preseason, you know, all your games are on the road when you're in the Big Sky, so you get another home game. But more than anything, it gives you light competition, so you got to gauge before you get to the Big Sky of where you're really at.
Eastern's tallest task is to shut down Eaglestaff, the junior from Bismarck, North Dakota, averaging a seismic 18.4 points per game, leading the conference. Coach also told us there's no game plan to stop him, but they'll try to keep him out of his rhythm. The Bird Battle has already begun, tipping off at 6 p.m. The score is, last I checked, 40-38 with about a minute to go. North Dakota in front, and Eaglestaff leading the way with 17 points already.
All right, looking forward to those highlights later tonight. Well, by this time tomorrow, Mark Peterson and the 4 News Now Extreme team will be flipping the switch and filling Cowley Park with holiday magic in our annual Making Spirits Bright event. It's our annual gift to the community to help spread some holiday cheer. Let's check in with Mark to see what still needs to be done before that big reveal.
Every year we have those that return to our projects, and on this project, Making Spirits Bright, it's a Vista, and we couldn't do it without them. And you know what? When they show up, they sort of have the same feeling we do.
You know, we just want to be part of the community. This is why we do it. We love this stuff, Mark. It's what we do well. You know, that's why we go into this industry. These guys are all here because they love helping the community, and this is just part of it.
As the Avista crews continue to put, again, all of the Christmas lights and the cheer into the sky, I asked him just, why do you guys keep coming back?
You guys are all chomping at the bit to help every year. This has been going on for several years now. 8 years. It's a privilege. Our guys love to do this. Yeah. They look forward to it every year. It brings them a great joy to be able to help.
And once again this year, when we're on the south side of the park and we have Santa up in the bucket truck, I got to tell you, the kids love it. The people down below love it. Everybody loves Santa.
So today we have Jed, and he's one of our groundmen. He's up in the bucket. He's proud to wear the Santa outfit.
We love that they love to come here and help us out. And I got to tell you, between them, Horizon Credit Union, all the other companies that come in to help us, it makes this project really work well. Winter Glow, for Thursday, it's all about them and the ground show as we get that ready. So we're not done, but we're getting done. And now I'm done. I'm Mark Peterson, 4 News Now, the Extreme Team, making spirits bright.
Oh, thank you, Mark. What a lovely thing. Beautiful pick from Michelle Hall of one of the bald eagles at Higgins Point. The Eagles are back in Coeur d'Alene in force, and she captured this amazing image. It is Wildlife Wednesday. I'll have more photos and your 7-day forecast after the break.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Grandpa, what's the real meaning of Christmas?
So years ago, there were 3 wise men out in the field tending their sheep, and a bright light appeared, and it was an angel of the Lord. And he said that there's a baby being born in a town called Bethlehem.
It was Jesus, God's only son, brought here on earth to be our Savior, the Messiah.
Truly, it's the real meaning of Christmas.
So Jesus is the reason.
That's right.
What do you got on your list?
MeTV is making a list, and you can check it twice. Go to MeTV.com for the full list of our very merry MeTV holiday programming.
Watch over the air in Spokane and Coeur d'Alene on MeTV 4.2.
My credit score is more than just a number. It's my future. P1FCU knows how important it is too, which is why it's so easy to check your score every time you check your online banking. It's a piece of cake. Plus, it doesn't just let you check your score, it gives you recommendations on how to improve it. It also shows you how different things could be affecting your score.
Open your P1FCU checking account at p1fcu.org and start earning today.
Find the perfect gift for your wine lover during our 12 days of gifting.
A new special every day. Visit us in-store or online.
Come in to Lake Creek today. Sip, shop, and ship most anywhere in the USA. Cheers.
Thank you, Spokane, for helping so many local children glow this past year. For lighting the path for our Joya families as they navigate raising a child with developmental delays and disabilities. Because of you, there is so much joy this holiday season. Words spoken, steps taken, milestones met. You bring light to Joya and those we serve.
Taste so dizzy.
Are you ready for this? Ready to take chances? Will you push and break your limits? Are you ready to be a legend? Are you ready to fight to be fearless? Are you made for greatness? This is your moment. Are you ready for this?
4 News Now is brought to you by Findlay Downtown Toyota.
It is my favorite day of the week, Wildlife Wednesday, and I'm going to start off with this young bighorn ram running through a fast-moving river. He's a beauty. This is through the lens of Mark Vogt. Amazing capture there. Look at this one from Larry Crumpleman, a short-eared owl in flight. What a tremendous photo, Larry. Great job, and a beautiful owl. And this one makes me smile. Courtney Litwin found this big pile of river otters. When she first came upon them at her friend's house, they were all sound asleep, snuggled together, and then I don't know if she woke them up or if they just wanted to pose for a family portrait, then went to the river, broke through the ice, and did some fishing. Great photo, Courtney. That's so cute. What a day today. A very short thermometer, not much variety. Our high 31, our low 30. We varied by 1 degree. And there's our sunset, 3:59. We are in the December doldrums. We're going to shake things up a little bit this weekend. Not much. This is our average high right here. We'll be right about average through next week, but Then we have this spike on Saturday up to 40 degrees, and probably a good thing we are warming up, because as this precipitation moves in, it may start as freezing rain, and it would be great to melt that. The best chance of freezing rain will be where that cold air is dammed up against the Cascades, the Cascade Valleys and Okanagan Valley. Little bit or less of a chance as we head into that yellow shaded area, North Idaho, the Columbia Basin, and only a very slim possibility of freezing rain. However, any freezing rain that we do get across the entire region will be very light, more of a traffic hazard than a power lines down hazard. It is not expected to accumulate much, and it will be turning all to rain as we warm up to a high of 40 degrees on Saturday. Dry for the most part through Tuesday, and then the potential for some snow a week from today. We're going to have to start seeing that snow showing up for Christmas, Derek.
All right, Chris, thank you. Before we go to a break, here's a look at ABC's primetime lineup for tonight.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
I think this is my favorite. Okay. What do you think of this one?
From design and products to removal and installation, Rebath is with you through every step of your remodel. Call us or visit rebath.com and save $750 off your tub or shower remodel.
Tonight, Congress is back in session, and the nominees are making their case on the Hill. Plus, South Korea. What happens next? Why it matters here and around the globe. World News Tonight with David Muir is the most watched newscast in America.
It's that time of year again. The lights at Cowley Park are going to be lit up this holiday season, and we've got a lot of new stuff coming in. It's going to be a wonderful ground display. 4 News Now, the Extreme Team, making spirits bright. Brought to you by Horizon Credit Union.
If you need a ride, Metren is here to help. We provide safe and reliable transportation for all your medical needs. Our dedicated and experienced drivers put our riders first. We offer wheelchair-accessible vehicles so you can get where you need to go comfortably and confidently. Metren serves the greater Spokane area. Call us today or visit our website to learn more.
This is important information from AARP and BECU. November is National Family Caregivers Month, a month to showcase the important work that more than 820,000 Washingtonians do every day to take care of our loved ones at home where they want to be. You may not think of yourself as a caregiver, but if you're helping someone with daily activities like getting dressed, managing medication, and providing transportation to and from appointments, then you are a caregiver, and help is available. Find tools and tips at this website.
Discover the all-new 2025 Subaru Forester at Parker Subaru.
Built with quality engineering, advanced safety, and off-road capabilities, the Forester remains one of Motor Trend's top-ranked compact SUVs. Drive with confidence in any weather with standard symmetrical all-wheel drive.
Make parking a breeze with the 360-degree surround view monitor. The 2025 Subaru Forester, ready for any adventure.
Right now, it's the 2024 Subaru Share the Love event. Learn more at Parker Subaru.
So what do you think about these?
We're going to take everything.
From design and products to removal and installation, Rebath is with you through every step of your remodel. Call us or visit rebath.com and save $750 off your tub or shower remodel.
4 News Now is brought to you by the Cal Superstore in Airway Heights.
All right, some breaking new video just into the newsroom. On your screen right now is video from inside of O'Doherty's Irish Grill in downtown Spokane. Those buckets are catching water that's coming down from the ceiling. All that water is coming from a burst pipe on the 7th floor above them, plus any water firefighters use to put out that fire on the 6th floor of that building. The owner tells us that the restaurant will be closed tomorrow as they assess damage and figure out a way forward.
Your planning forecast, dry for Thursday and Friday, just the possibility of some freezing drizzle or freezing fog on the roadways. And then we have rain, possible freezing rain moving in on Saturday.
All right, be careful out on the roads, right?
Yes.
And you said kind of a chance of snow maybe on Sunday again?
Just this much of a chance.
Thanks for being with us. We'll see you at 11.